morning, everyone. So I'm going to do 4 practice problems with you. Remember, today's assignment is for a grade. So I'm going to go through some practice problems that if you review these first, you should do well, and make sure that you use all of your notes. All right, so the first problem is 32 and 58 hundredths divided by 0 and 9/10. So remember, we've talked a lot about it's always the first number when you're reading your problem from left to right. It's the first number that's always going to be the dividend and goes on the inside of the problem. The second number is the divisor. It goes on the outside. All right, so before we start dividing, we're going to take that decimal and we're going to move it over once. We're going to take the decimal on the inside and move it over once. So your decimal is going to be sitting after the third digit. All right, so here we go. 9 cannot go into 3. 9 times 3 is 27. 32 minus 27 is 5. Drop the 5. 9 times 6 is 54. 55 minus 54 is 1. Drop the 8. And 9 times 2 is 18. Remember, we can only stop dividing when we get a 0 remainder. So this answer is 36 2/10. Next problem is 27 and 9/10 divided by 3. The first number, reading from left to right, always goes on the inside. The second number is going to be your divisor. It goes on the outside. We've also talked many times about how if there's not a decimal in the divisor, the decimal in your answer is going to go straight up. So go ahead and place that decimal before you start dividing so you don't forget. 3 cannot go into 2. 3 times 9 is 27. We subtract and get 0. Drop the 9. And 3 times 3 is 9. We got a 0 remainder, so we can stop. So this answer is 9 3/10. Okay, I've got 2 more. We are going to divide 32 and 4/10 by 0 and 6/10. The first number, reading from left to right, always goes on the inside. That's your dividend. The divisor is the second number. Move your decimals before you start dividing. Move it once, move it once. So your decimal is going to be sitting right here. 6 cannot go into 3. 6 times 5 is 30. Subtract. And 6 times 4 is 24. Now that we have a 0 remainder, we can stop. Remember, we've said if your answer ends with a decimal, we don't need to include that decimal in our answer. Our answer is just going to be 54. Okay, last one. We are going to divide 2 and 7/10 by 18. Now remember, some of you have gotten in a bad habit of always putting the bigger number inside. No. It is the first number that goes inside, even if it's a smaller number. So we're going to put 2 and 7/10 on the inside, and we're going to divide it by 18 on the outside. Remember, if there's no decimal in the divisor, that decimal is going to go straight up. Place your decimal in your answer before you start dividing. 18 cannot go into 2. 18 goes into 27 once. 27 minus 18 is 9. Now remember, if you get a remainder, you have to add another 0. So I'm going to add another 0 up here in my math. Drop it down. And 18 times 5 is 90. Now, and only now that we've gotten a 0 remainder, can we stop. So this answer is going to be 0 and 15 hundredths. All righty, work hard today. I'm taking today's assignment for a grade. See you tomorrow.